fitting it.
I'll tell you what. I always thought that my friends could drink, especially being in Nashville. Everyone here parties, obviously.
Yeah.
The longer you live here, the less you really part. Like, I mean, I still like to have a good time, but I don't go out if I'm not. I don't go out much unless I'm actually going to see either a show or a friend perform. Like, I don't. You know, when you first moved to Nashville, going out is a nightly occurrence. But now, I mean, my nights out, I'm usually working.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought my friends can drink, but ever since meeting my Long Road family, I come back to the States and I'm like, you know, you don't understand. Like, I try to explain to my friends, I'm like, we don't drink. We don't drink like they do. It's just, oh my gosh, absolutely crazy.
Take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
What would you, if you could only eat one meal ever again, what would it be?
Taco truck.
Good choice.
Taco truck. We have. So I live. All right, for those who have been to Nashville, if you're downtown on Broadway, and you're standing on Broadway and 4th Avenue, right there on the corner is where Whiskey Row is.
Yeah.
I guess without giving my exact coordinates, if you're at Whiskey Row, and you're facing. If you take that road, it's 4th Avenue. It turns into Nolensville Pike within a mile or so. I live right off of Nolensville Pike, and Nolensville Pike is, it's this area is mainly just taco trucks and tire shops. It's weird. It's like this area of Nashville is like people joke and say like it's considered like Little Mexico because all of the taco trucks are in this one central location. So like I can go and the taco trucks are, and what's great is even now during quarantine, it's crazy, but they're all still functioning. So like if a meal goes by and I'm like, oh, I don't feel like cooking again today, I can walk to 10 different taco trucks if I really wanted to, and they're amazing.
Last question. If people are going over to Nashville for the first time, or maybe returning and want somewhere new to party, where are you recommending? Where's good to go?
All right. Give you a little lowdown. If it's a weekend and you're going to be in Nashville, you're gonna end up on Broadway, and I guess this is a little bit promo. My GM should be happy I said this, but no, honestly, Dirk Bentley's Whiskey Row is one of my main spots that I DJ. I'm usually there. I'm there Saturday nights. I'm there Sundays. We do Sunday Fun Day is a big thing here in Nashville. And I do the rooftop on Sundays, and then usually sometime randomly like Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
But Whiskey Row has the way I explain it is during the day, Whiskey Row is a really good restaurant.
Yeah.
Obviously, live music on the first floor and live music on the club level. And then and they have live music on the first floor from open to close. And this is every single bar on Broadway. Again, no cover charge any of these places. But live music from the second they open at 10 a.m. until last call at 2:30 in the morning. But Whiskey Row is hands down one of my favorite places. And the difference that Whiskey Row has on some of the Broadway experience is at night, a lot of I wouldn't even say not even from people over the UK, but even just people in the States. Like Nashville, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago was officially announced the number one destination spot for bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
Or hen and stag, right? Is that what you call them?
Yeah, it is hen and stag.
Yeah. So we came out on top of Vegas, which really said a lot. We're like, oh my gosh. So yeah, more people come here than they go to Vegas. But a lot of obviously not everybody who comes to Nashville is a country music fan. you know, it just so like if Jennifer's getting married and you've been one of her best friends her whole life, but you don't listen to country, it doesn't mean you're not going to come to Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville, I mean, take country music out of Nashville. Yeah, it's not Nashville, but it's still a party city. There's so much music here. That's one thing that like some people don't realize is like Nashville is not like it. Don't come to if you're coming to Nashville, don't think you're only going to hear country music. Like the East Side where the tornadoes hit really bad, like that's a lot of underground and like indie stuff. Like, I mean, you can literally get any sort of music here. We have an amazing blues bar in Printer's Alley called it's the Boogie Blues Bar. So we have blues. And then as far as like Whiskey Row, one of the things that like, you know, these bachelorette parties come in and there might be a few people in that group that listen to country music and they want to hear country music live everywhere all the time. Yeah. But after 12 hours of drinking, a bunch of girls typically want to just dance. So that's the great thing about some of the places on Broadway like Whiskey Row is at 10 o'clock at Whiskey Row, there's always live music on the first floor. There's live music on the second floor, we call club level, until 10. But then from 10 on club level and the rooftop, there's DJs, and we're playing like everything, top 40, pop. As far as the lineup of DJs that we have there, I'm definitely like the one guy that is like who's your country DJ? It's me. We have a ton of guys that DJ there, but anytime we have like a country artist host an event at Whiskey Row, they usually come to me because they're like, all right, well, it's going to be CMA's putting on a party for this. They obviously want country music, so like HIsh is our go-to guy. But oh man, we have such a great group of DJs down there. My buddy Grant Fisher is there on Saturday nights on club level, and he is very, very like dubstep and hard EDM stuff. Yeah. And then we have Rodrigo, which he's actually from Brazil. He plays a lot of like top 40 and house and stuff like that. And it's ironic, but when I'm in Nashville, I play less country music than when I'm not in Nashville. If that makes sense. Because I will take a country music festival over any other genre any day. But it's just ironic that when I'm DJing in Nashville, it's not straight country at all. Because that's that time of night, that's just not what people want to hear. At least there's live music at every single venue. If you want to hear the country music you go to, there's a lot of options in Nashville. But to get back to what you're saying, if there's any other spots that I would suggest, the locals, all the musicians, we all go to what we call Midtown. And Midtown consists of Tin Roof, Winners, Losers, Dogwood. It's about a 10-minute scooter ride from Broadway. Yeah. And it's where that's where we go. Like, that's where you're going to find Monday nights. You'll find Whiskey Jam, which is down the biggest songwriters night of the week. It's 10 years strong, bigger than the Bluebird. I mean, it's the night. Monday night is Whiskey Jam. Tuesdays, if we're out and about, you'll find us at Tin Roof on Demumbrian Street for Revival. That's another songwriters night. Yeah. I'd say Wednesday is, I mean, there's always something going on at every venue, but Wednesday, I try to claim that Wednesday is the one night that if I don't have to go out, that's the night I won't, because there's just so much anymore that it's like there's not a night off really. You have to pick them. I tell people, if you're planning a trip after this whole quarantine thing, the best time to come to Nashville, and it sounds crazy, but the best time to fly into Nashville is on like a well, say Friday or Saturday. So
Yeah.
you get to experience Broadway at its fullest, but don't leave on Sunday. You got to stay Monday, if not Tuesday, because those are the nights. That is our weekend. Because
Yeah.
people don't always think about this, but us musicians, bartenders, we work our butts off on the weekend.
Yeah.
So by the time Monday or Tuesday comes around, we're ready to go out, and that's when you're gonna. If you pop into Tin Roof on a Tuesday night, there's a really, really good chance if you're hoping to spot somebody that you're gonna run into. That's where we're gonna be at. That's where me and Shay are gonna be shooting tequila, most likely. Pretty common occurrence on Tuesday nights. Or my buddy. So Tuesday nights is Tin Roof Revival, and that's Big Songwriters Night. My buddy Rob Snyder and I and one other guy. He doesn't live here anymore, but the three of us started Revival about 7 or 8 years ago, and it's been going strong every Tuesday. Rob Snyder is a name you want to check out. He's got obviously his own music out as well, but he actually just wrote 6 Foot Apart for Luke Combs or with Luke Combs.
That's my favorite song at the moment. It's incredible.
Yeah. So Rob and I actually, Rob Snyder again. We grew up. We're both from Pennsylvania. We actually met. We met in Philadelphia before both of us moved here. Ironically enough, he was playing a country music show, and however many years ago that was, this guy Rob was performing, and I was like, oh, country music, like that's not very popular in Philly where I was living at the time. So I went and met him, and I was like, yeah, I'm actually moving to Nashville. He's like, dude, I want to move to Nashville so bad. I hope I can in like the next year or two. And then like a year later, I get a message on Facebook from Rob Snyder. He goes, hey man, I don't know if you remember me, but you came to my show like 2 or 3 years ago in Philly. And I was like, of course I remember you. And he goes, well, I'm actually moving to Nashville. And he's like, I've been following you on social media, and you seem like you have your stuff together. I would love if you could show me around. So me and Rob became, he's hands down one of my best friends in Nashville. And, but yeah, he's been doing the writing thing now. We've written a bunch of songs together over the years, but he finally got his break, with Luke Combs. He has, he wrote She Got the Best of Me with Luke. That was Rob's first #1 song to ever be released. So She Got the Best of Me. He wrote that with Luke when Luke visited. Luke was going to college, and he came to Nashville for a week and set up a write with Rob. This is probably 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. And it's crazy because Rob was playing this song. I hadn't met Luke Combs at the time because he was still in college. Yeah. I had met, I might have met him back then. We were probably drunk as all hell if we did. But he wrote She Got the Best of Me. He's like, this is probably 5 years ago now. He's like, at Revival, Rob get up to play. He's like, yeah, I wrote this next song called She Got the Best of Me with this kid out of Georgia. His name's Luke Combs. He probably moved here in a year or so. And he's playing this song. And sure enough, like I said, that song's 5 years old, and it went #1, a year ago? Yeah,
gotta be.
So She Got the Best of Me was one of his big ones with Luke. 6 feet apart, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was. If you've been tuning into Luke's live streams, he played it twice. Yeah. And he's like, I just wrote this song. And the first time he played it, I was watching it live, and I didn't even know that Rob wrote it with him. But he's like, I just wrote this song today with my buddy Rob Snyder, and it obviously blew up on social media. And I was like, I sent something to Rob. I was like, I've been waiting for a song to come out from someone about quarantine, and I was like, I could be wrong, but I think you nailed it. And
I don't think you should get a better song, surely. He goes, on the money.
He goes, I guess we'll see. And 48 hours later, Luke was in the studio recording it, and they released it Friday. So I was like, oh, I was like, hey, Rob, you want to bring over some of that number one money over to my... like,